Hey guys, I'm in the woods again. It's late July. I'm gonna spend a couple nights here, I think, at this permanent camp we got set up on our property. But as you can see, it needs some work. Not only that, I'm gonna cheat in what you would call car camping, because I'm gonna have a vehicle and I'm gonna carry a big cooler and a bunch of firewood down and just kind of relax and not put so much effort into hiking through the woods and sweating and all that work. Take a nice easy camp out. So I just hiked down with my backpack. I wanted to test it out, see how heavy it was. I took some weight out of it. Talk more about that later, but late afternoon, almost getting into the evening now, probably 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. First I'm going to just clear some of these ferns, and then I'm going to go back and get the four-wheeler and all the extra gear I'm going to carry, cooler and the wood. Okay, that's a start. Well, getting started at least. Alright, I'm gonna go get the machinery. I don't know what kind of snake that is. Grass snake is the only one I know, or the only name I've ever really heard of. I'm sure that's it. Alright, so here's why I call it car camping, because I got conveyance. Oh, look at that, I got a whole load of wood in that cooler and I didn't have to carry it. And I got a big giant thing of water, 6-liter bladder of water I didn't have to carry. So my pack and all my gear are pretty much what I carry on my back, but then I also loaded that big tackle box full of some stuff too, some heavy clothes and some a different pair of boots that I want to wear if I go out. And yeah, so a little bit of cheating here, but just gonna relax and spend some time out here, see how it goes. There, look at that, a whole bunch of firewood. Oh, I'm actually pretty hungry already. It's evening, it's dinner time. but it doesn't get dark for so late. I don't want to. I think I'm just gonna get a fire going and make dinner, cause that's never quick either. Anyway, so I'm gonna split up some kindling. So I've been interested in obviously cutting tools, and I'm kind of getting to the conclusion where my main wood processing is I just need to split sometimes. Not even, a lot of times I don't even need to split wood. You can just burn logs whole, you know, the stuff you find in the forest. But so just a saw and then a little bit of splitting. So I'm interested in getting like a long batoning tool, basically. I got the Varusteleka Tarava Skrama picked out, is what I think I might try to save up for and get. But I have this big knife. It's a 5-inch blade. It's pretty thick. I think it's like 1/4-inch steel. So it's kind of the same thing. That other one's a lot longer. It's like 9-inch blade. But so I'm kind of gonna just try that and maybe see how this works. So I was running out of blade there. I need to be closer so it sticks out farther. There. And it's not like I haven't batoned before with this knife, but it's more of a, I want to try to see if I can not use my axe, basically, and do nothing but baton. Because see, I can like split this stuff. You don't need to do that much splitting, especially in the summer. See all that? I wonder if I should be going like this. Keep my right hand swinging. So if I'm not using little sticks as tinder, I usually just make shavings like this. You know, most people do like a feather stick where it stays on here, but I'm not that good at it. And I usually just don't worry about if they break off the stick. And then I just have like this bird's nest of shavings. But I still need something that'll take a spark. This, I don't shave them that thin, so I don't think these take sparks very well. And then I'll just put this on top of it. And there's my fire. Like, this is enough fuel to get a pretty good flame where I can start putting big stuff on. I never did good with that either. I see a lot of people where they just scrape it like that. I guess that's kind of, I don't know. We'll see. I usually break it up into thin pieces like this, just my hands. But we'll see if this takes us far. And because I drove here, I can bring every cutting tool I own. We'll use the Mora Eldris to strike, to scrape, because it's got such a good 90-degree spine. Okay, so I got I stoked the fire and let it burn down to just mostly coals left. And then I moved it all over and we got these 2 rocks for a grate, just like that, perfect. I got the cast iron skillet today. So, I'm gonna make stir fry. My favorite meal is just potatoes, carrots, onion, and then like steak, all diced up and just cooked all together. So I'm gonna start. I got this leather mat that I always carry for food prep on a little table here that we made. A little bit of oil. Potatoes, carrots take the longest. Salt and pepper. now I'm just gonna sit for a little bit. I got all the ferns cleaned up pretty good. Made a nice buffer. I went all the way around the shelter so that stuff isn't like scratching on the tarp all night and bothering me. And yeah, that's mainly it. It just kind of cleaned up camp, cleaned up in here, got my stuff organized a little bit, and then by then most of the fire was burned down. So we still got plenty of daylight. Sun doesn't set till 8:30. But it's gotta be, I don't know. I don't want to look at the clock. It's gotta be 5 o'clock if I had to guess. I'd be super surprised if it was before 5. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this trip here. The summer is the hardest time. The bugs are at their worst. The undergrowth is at its worst. The heat is at its worst. It's just, it's tough to do like serious work and like bushwhacking through the national forest in somewhere and then clearing the land and setting up a spot and then finding firewood and processing firewood. And so I figured we'll just take her easy. So I just got up here today. It's Friday. So I figured, well, I could just come down here and set up camp for the weekend. Spend the night here. All I do is basically make dinner. That's where I'm at now. And then tomorrow I'll plan a scouting hike that I want to go out and check out, but I don't want to, right? But then I don't have to carry my big pack. I can just take a little pack with a few things in it and all super light and just spend a couple hours on the national forest. And then I'll come back here and spend the evening again. That's the plan. Okay, so here's what we got. It's all getting nice and crispy, nice and brown. You can kind of stab it with the fork and feel how soft the potatoes get. That's pretty good. So I'm going to add onion and steak. Steak. And that is just a sirloin steak, sirloin top steak or something. And then onion. I had some garlic too. And that is how I do outdoor cooking. And I got some real thin pieces of wood. I kind of feed under here. What it does is it flames up a lot, but it doesn't last that long. The flames don't last super long, so it's good. Because if you're cooking on flame, it's just way too hot. You want coals, but the problem is to maintain the coals is difficult, especially when you're doing something like this. Potatoes take almost a half hour in a pan like this. To maintain the coals for that long is very tough. And we'll hit it with another round of salt and pepper. Just a little bit of salt. Just a pinch of pepper, just a pinch. Oh yeah, I just had a piece of steak, it's done. Magic. Here I got a big old piece of slab of wood. And my gloves. Put that right on top of that on my lap. Oh. Holy man. Fork of approval. There it is. Ha, that's how you eat. And now I got a fire again, so the bugs will back off a little bit. Ooh, that's a hot handle. Mmm. Oh, that's so good. It's the best part of camping is the food. Coming out here to relax, to enjoy yourself, to get away from the hustle and bustle. All you need to do is stay warm and stay nourished. Just make those two things enjoyable. Oh, and that's the best part. Oh. Ooh. Wow. It's so good I can't stop. Completely blue skies here. There was some wind, but it's pretty much died down. Sun's still hitting the forest floor, but it won't be for long, I think. I don't know. It's light for so long. So I got plenty of time before it's even dark. Oh, and a nice cold drink to wash it down with. Taste of garlic. Well, I'm gonna chow this down, turn the camera off, and just relax for a few minutes, and we'll see what's next. I don't really have too much of a plan. My plan is to enjoy myself. Alright, that was dinner. I'm not exactly the person to ask when it comes to cleaning cast iron. I don't exactly follow best practices, but there's a difference between best practice and practical, right? And I know one thing, no matter what you do, you can always get your cast iron back to perfect condition with work. So I pretty much just do whatever, and if it really becomes a problem or it's rusted out or whatever, I'll put some work into it. But for cleaning, step one is to clean your plate, right? Empty it. I did that. Step two would be to wipe it out. Well, so the fork I used, right? I just cleaned it like that. It's clean. It's my fork. I mean, it's visibly clean. There's nothing on it. I do have a towel, so I'll give it a quick wipe, but visibly clean. So I'm gonna just set that down. That's good. So, wiping this out. Paper towel would be nice, but what works just as good is plants. I don't know if you can see all these ferns here. So here's a big pile of plant, right? And then I can scrub that, and then I can burn that, no problem. So let's just do this. That's not bad. Let's take the towel to it and see what it looks like after that. So this is just a little cotton towel that I use for camping. It's stained, but I wash it every time. So it's not like it's dirty. We'll do the fork first. Yeah, fork is good. I'll do this over the fire. So you can see it picked up a little bit of dirt, but I mean, there's a couple spots where stuff is stuck on. I scraped at it with my fork while I was eating. Cleared most of that up. Missed a few spots. Use my nail maybe, or just ignore it. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. The bottom is going to be covered in soot. So before I'm going to go like stuff this in any bag or anything, we'll wipe it. Yeah, see the black? See? There. That's fine. That's good enough. We'll call her good. And we'll just fold that towel. Fold that in. There. Dinner's clean. Well, one thing I forgot to mention is And then I'll store the pan and I'll store the towel, not the fork, but I'll store those two things with the food. So overnight when you stash your food as a safety measure, I'll put all that stuff that I used with it, because there's no doubt the pan smells. I can smell it if I hold it up to my face, and humans have the worst smell. So I don't know, I don't see people talk about that much, but maybe that means it's not clean enough, but clean enough for me. Alright guys, the sun's getting low. You can see it behind me, or you can see the sky behind me. It's getting dark. The sun's just at the top of the trees. I'm gonna take a walk with the bow. I'll put the camera on my head, but there's not usually much to see when I do that, and it's hard to see, but well, we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm back by camp here. Nothing to report. Pretty quiet. Just distant birds. Pretty hot, sweating, bugs. But yeah, no problems. Okay, I got the fire going again. Bugs were pretty bad here as it got dark, but as you can see, it's dark now. Yeah, not much going on tonight. I'm just gonna kind of chill here for a little bit. I'll play some music on my phone, I think, quietly, and just kind of relax for, I don't know, half hour, and then we'll see. But thinking maybe just an early night, go to sleep. Yeah, I gotta set my tent up in the shelter, even though that I'm sheltered from rain. I still need a bug barrier, so I'll set my tent up in there and clean up camp a little bit, put some of the tools away, and that's about it. Nothing too exciting, but certainly nice and relaxing, and just a beautiful evening. Clear skies still, so stars will be out. It's hot. Man, I don't even want to sit next to the fire. Just sit at a distance and watch it. The camp TV. Yep. guys, I'm in the tent ready for some sleep. I pretty much just held down a chair for the last few hours. Just relaxed. Listened to music, and then it was completely clear, and there's a storm to the south of us, and it's lightning. It's lighting up the sky, but it's clear overhead, and the weather usually goes from northwest to southeast. So if it was south of me, it probably missed me, which is nice, but we'll see overnight what happens. But yeah, I just hung out and had to get some sleep. So see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Lots of birds. Here's what I did with the fire last night. It was all down to coals, and I put a big log on it. It was a half round, cut right in half. And I put the bark side down on top of the coals. It never flamed all night, but I'm pretty sure it's still gonna be hot under there. Yeah. Yeah, the log is still glowing. Boom. Alright, I'll do about half a pound of bacon. Try to cut it up though. I've been here all night, Mr. Bird. I'll use a little hand sanitizer after that bacon. I could have prepped it at home. I should have prepped it at home. Okay, I'm doing stir fry again with the breakfast. So I got bacon, I'm gonna throw green pepper in there, and then I got eggs. Oh, I got onion too. For that. Alright, the coffee's been boiling here. I put the water in, I put the grounds in, I bring it to a boil, and I let it boil for just a few minutes, like 5 minutes. And then pull it off, and I'll let it steep for like 10 minutes. And this is all good, this has been going for a while. So I'm gonna pull this, I'm gonna take all this out. Let's see. Take all that out and put the eggs in. There, and then just scramble the eggs and dump everything back in. Just carved a little wedge. Okay, the eggs are most of the way done. Put all that back in there. Let it go a little bit longer. A little bit of salt. Spot a bit of pepper. I'll give it a minute, and then I got cheese too, going right at the end. And the coffee will be done. Ooh, that was a hot handle. So the best way to do it is not slosh it around and just carefully. Right, and let it settle. And I don't get that much grounds. And it's only at the bottom anyway. Yeah, there's a cup of coffee. Camp coffee, But cool. Okay, I'm gonna just pull this off. Put the cheese in it. There's breakfast, boys. Breakfast is served. Oh, pretty hot day to be cooking over a fire first thing in the morning. But I got a spot in the shade here. Very good. Try the coffee. It's hot. It's not too hot though. Pretty strong. I don't make my coffee that strong at home. It's pretty good. Nice, good flavor. Ah. Best breakfast around. I guarantee it. So it's Saturday morning now. I took my tent down, I put all my stuff away. Just because if I'm going to spend all night here, I don't want the whole space blocked off with a giant tent. It's pretty easy to set up. So I put all my stuff away, kind of went around, cleaned up, and planning on getting in the car and going out and doing scouting an area here today. But there's no hurry on any of that, so completely clear skies again today. It's gonna be hot and sunny. Alright guys, I'm got everything cleaned up around here and put away. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go scout out an area. I just wanted to do a quick rundown of my scouting pack. So I have this little I think it's 26 liter backpack. So I'm gonna be bringing 2 things of water. This is 2.5 liters. And then I'll have toilet paper, my compass, camera batteries, my first aid kit. I like Visine. I carry Visine all the time. If something gets in your eye, it's kind of irritating and it's kind of a serious thing because you need your eyes. And then chapstick I carry all the time too. I got some flagging tape because I'm kind of trying to find a trail or make a trail. And I'm also going tool heavy because I'm kind of looking for a trail here. So I got my saws, my axe, and pruners, and my belt knife. And then it's actually clouding over, so I guess I'm gonna grab my rain jacket too. But all this weighs nothing. And then the last thing I should mention is I got my belt pouch, which has got all sorts of little redundancies in fire and water and like extra lighter, ferro rod, plastic bags, water purification tablets, hand sanitizer. I got my bug net in here in case the bugs drive me crazy. Oh, and I'm also going to bring bug spray. And I'm going to bring work gloves. That's about it. Alright guys, I'm back at camp. I've been gone all day. So I went to my area and scouted it out. I made a different video about land navigation. But I'll put that together and scouted out an area. So and then I went back to the cabin and changed my clothes. Oh, it felt nice to have fresh clothes, and I ended up taking a nap. Sat on a recliner and chugged a bunch of water, and for 1.5 hours or something took a nap. But I'm back out for the evening. We'll see here. The radar has a huge storm moving through the state, but it's just south of me, like right where I am. So we'll see if it holds off. If it doesn't get to me, I can spend the night. If it gets bad here, I'll probably just leave, go to the cabin. But it's getting to be about 5 o'clock now, so I'm gonna get fire going and let it burn down to coals again so we can make some dinner. I'm actually pretty hungry, so I'm gonna eat some s'mores. I brought this stuff last night. I didn't you know, I eat such big dinner or whatever. I'm not interested in eating late. Tonight's gonna be no different. I'm not gonna want to eat that much. So I figured, well, I'm waiting for the coals to burn down, which will take quite a while. Yeah, look at that, campfire s'more. That was pretty good. I think I'll have another. Alright guys, here's the deal. I have decided I'm not going to spend the night out here again. Pretty much spoiled my dinner by eating all that junk food, those s'mores, and I had a couple granola bars. So all I ate this morning, and that was early. That was like 8 a.m. And that's all I had to eat, and I got here at like 5. So I've just kind of been sitting here with the fire going. I was reading a little bit, relaxing, just sitting here really. Putzing around a little bit, but it's after 7 now. I only got like an hour of light, hour and a half till it gets real dark, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna pack up. It was getting windy. There was a chance of thunderstorms tonight. I'm not sure if that's still gonna happen or not, but yeah, I had a pretty good trip. Spent a lot of time outdoors. Basically got up north Friday like 3 or 4, like 3 o'clock, and I've been out here since. It's been like 30 hours. But I was at the cabin, took a nap after my outing during the day. But yeah, I just kind of sitting around not doing much. It's nice, but it's also feel like I could be doing more. I don't know, I could be working on some skills or do something, I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna use what daylight I got left here today and clean up camp and head out of here. So, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more stuff like it, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys in the next video.